Are you thinking about studying in British Columbia, but worried about the new rules on international student enrollment? Don't worry, we've got you covered. In today's video, we're diving into the latest guidelines from British Columbia's Ministry of Post-Secondary Education and Future Skills and what they mean for you as an international student. Welcome to the Moving to Canada channel, your go-to source for everything you need to know about immigrating and settling in Canada. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that bell icon so you never miss an update. We've also included some helpful links and free resources in the description below, so be sure to check those out. So let's talk about British Columbia's new measures to improve the integrity of its international student program. Recently, the ministry published some important updates that will impact how international students are enrolled in the province. These updates are designed to ensure that the education system remains high quality and fair for everyone involved. First things first, one of the biggest changes is the introduction of a cap on international student enrollment at public post-secondary institutions. Under the new guidelines, these institutions will need to limit their international student population to just 30% of their total enrollment. This means that out of every 100 students, only 30 can be international students. Now, you might be wondering why this cap is being introduced. The ministry's goal is to create a balanced educational environment where domestic students are not overshadowed by a large influx of international students. This cap will help ensure that there are enough resources and support services available for all students, whether they are from Canada or abroad. It's important to note that this 30% cap only applies to public designated learning institutions or DLIs. Private institutions are not affected by this rule, so if you're considering a private college or university in BC, you won't have to worry about this particular limitation. According to the ministry, many of BC's 25 public post-secondary institutions are already operating under this 30% threshold, so for some schools, this won't be a big change. However, for others, it will require some adjustments. The ministry has assured that they will work closely with these institutions to help them adapt their student recruitment strategies and manage any financial implications that might arise from these changes. Another important aspect of the new guidelines is the distribution of Provincial Attestation Letters, or PLs. These letters are a crucial step in obtaining a study permit in Canada. For 2024, British Columbia has been allocated 83,000 PALs. These letters verify that a student has been accepted to a DLI in the province. The number of PALs a province gets is based on its population, and BC, being the third most populated province in Canada after Ontario and Quebec, has received a substantial number of these letters. Of the 83,000 PALs allocated to BC, 53% will be issued to public post-secondary institutions, while the remaining 47% will go to private institutions. This distribution aims to ensure a fair balance between public and private educational options for international students. One of the new requirements for DLIs in BC is to post transparent tuition fees for the entire duration of a student's program. This means that as an international student, you'll be able to see exactly how much your education will cost from start to finish before you even begin your studies. This transparency is designed to help you budget effectively and avoid any unexpected financial surprises. Did you know that international students contribute significantly to Canada's economy? In 2022 alone, international student spending amounted to over $37 billion, and in the 2023/2024 academic year, international undergraduate students in Canada paid an average of $38,081 in tuition fees. With so many international students choosing Canada for their education, it's clear that the country values the diversity and contributions they bring. As part of the Education Quality Assurance, or EQA, the province is also requiring institutions to meet or exceed specific quality assurance standards. These standards are in place to ensure that all students, both domestic and international, receive a high-quality education and adequate support services. Institutions will need to develop international education strategic plans, improve student services, and provide housing supports to meet these standards. The EQA Code of Practice is designed to build on the international framework measures introduced by the province earlier this year. These measures included pausing the growth of the number of DLIs, increasing oversight of private institutions, and strengthening compliance and enforcement actions. The new guidelines can be seen as Phase 2 of this ongoing effort to enhance the quality and integrity of BC's international student program. So what happens if an institution doesn't meet these standards? Institutions that fail to comply with the EQA Code of Practice will lose their EQA designation, which means they will no longer be able to accept international students. This is a significant incentive for schools to maintain high standards and provide the best possible experience for their students. To summarize, British Columbia's new guidelines are focused on creating a fair and high-quality educational environment for both domestic and international students. The 30% cap on international student enrollment at public DLIs, the transparent tuition fee requirement, and the stringent quality assurance standards are all steps towards achieving this goal. For you as a prospective international student, these changes mean that you'll have a clearer understanding of your financial commitments and can be assured that the institution you choose meets high-quality standards. While the cap on enrollment might limit the number of spots available for international students at public institutions, there are still plenty of opportunities at private institutions. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and share it with anyone you know who's considering studying in Canada. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update on Canadian immigration news and tips for settling in Canada. Thank you for watching.